Up everybody, Captain Coin Collector here. Sorry about the late start. Did have some family stuff to do as well as dinner on the table. Had to wait for the pizza dough to rise before I could cook some fresh homemade pizza. But I'm coming here to you guys from Gallatin, Tennessee, where I got myself a box of nickels from the local Fifth Thirds Bank on September 9th. 2024. I did end up going to the bank today. Unfortunately, I was not able to get a circulated box of nickels, but I was able to get a box of nickels nonetheless that I will be returning to my local Chase. But here we got ourselves a box of nickels from Gallatin, Tennessee, again from the local Fifth Thirds Bank. Now, they did open the box just to make sure there was a total of $100 worth of coins from the bank, from the box. So, it's already opened. Did see that it was already circulated. So, as you guys could see here, we do have some circulated nickels. Again, that's unlike the box that I did get today, but again, that's what happens when you coin roll hunt. Sometimes you get lucky with those circulated boxes. Most of the times you do. But sometimes you don't, and you gotta work with what you got. I will be getting more coins, hopefully, from St. Louis, Missouri. So hopefully my brother does get some nickels and pennies from there. We're gonna see. We're gonna do our best. So let's go ahead and start this coin roll hunt. We're gonna end up just taking this part of the box right off. Don't need it. And there we go, guys. We got ourselves a box of nickels to hunt. VMC, I hope we find a 50D. I've never found a 50D, nor do I even have one for my collection yet. I have a couple 1950s, but that 1950D is very elusive. Hoping one day we find it. Maybe it's today. So in today's box, we are looking for oldies. We're looking for silver. We're looking for buffaloes. Maybe we can even get lucky with that Liberty V nickel. I found a few of those lately. But a 50D, a low mintage nickel, is definitely something I am looking out for. Again, hoping we could do it today. So this box does seem fairly circulated, like I said. We got the older Jefferson nickels as well as the newer ones in here. By oldies, I am looking for those that are 1959 and below. VMC, now you are talking. A 37D 3-legger. We can only hope for that. I haven't found a Buffalo nickel yet in my new home state. Usually I do get about one average, whether it's a silver or it is a Buffalo. Recently, I've been finding some V nickels in New York, which is pretty insane. I think the last box I got 15 oldies or so that's going to be our goal for this hunt today. 15 old nickels. And again, the old nickels that I count are from 1959 and below. Yeah, I was able to get the regular 1937D. Found that in a roll a few hunts ago. But those three-leggers, those are tough to find. Look at that, guys. Not too bad of condition. 1962 with the Denver mint mark. That's a keeper. With those types of coins, those shiny, more uncirculated coins, they will be additions to my archive collection. And if you don't know what the archive collection is, we are trying to get one roll of each modern coin. That includes pennies from 1909 to modern date. Nickels from 1938, all the Jefferson nickels. Dimes and quarters, including all the silver. Half dollars starting with the Kennedy half dollar. And dollar coins starting with the Eisenhowers. Love to get a full roll of Morgans from each year, but I knew that would be challenging, so I started with the Eisens, and I have a few of them so far, which is good. Hoping for an oldie. It'd be about every 3 rolls to get an oldie if my math is correct, for our goal of 15 oldies in the box. Hope everyone has had a good day today. Got another shinier one, 1960 Philadelphia, so the lower minted 1960. Again, I hope everybody had a great day today. Looking forward to the night. Currently, it is 8:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we're going to hopefully be here for roughly 2 hours if everything goes according to plan. Hopefully we do find some oldies, and it looks like we might have a possible one right here. Looks old enough, but these nickels sometimes are tricky. But we got our first oldie. 1946 Philadelphia. Not too bad. We'll add it to the stack. So VMC, I do live in the great state of Tennessee now. I moved to Sumner County back in July, and I'm starting to find coins here, which is nice. Hoping to get settled in a little bit more. Joined the local golf club, and just adjusting here. I've been to Tennessee many times and felt like it was a good place to move to, so eventually I did it, and it's been pretty great ever since. So in addition to the oldies, we are looking for 2009s as well, the low mintage years. Live between Dayton and Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, so Southwest Ohio there. I was just in Southwest Ohio for a wedding. I was in a now media acclaimed town called Springfield, Ohio, for my sister's wedding back in June. So close. We got another 1960. I actually just met somebody from the bank today. The bank that gave me the box of nickels that was uncirculated, 2022. She was from Dayton originally. Springfield, Ohio. Yeah, my sister, she went to a school called Wittenberg University in Springfield. It is a smaller school, a lot smaller than Dayton, but there she found her soon-to-be husband, and they decided to celebrate their wedding and marriage back where they met, which is Springfield, Ohio. These I do keep. This is a 1968 with a San Francisco mint mark. They are modern date San Francisco minted nickels. They made them in 1968, 69, and 1970, so we'll put that aside as a find. Now, VMC, how are those coins from Ohio? And this is my first time really hunting in Tennessee. I've gotten a few boxes from this state before passing through, but they're not as good as the boxes I'd usually get from when I was living in New York. We got another San Francisco here from 1969. But we do what we can to continue this hobby, which is coin collecting. Not every box is going to be a thriller, but as long as we have some good finds in between rolls, that's really all that matters. Anything to add to the collection. Hit and miss, yeah. It's just pretty much the same over here. Went through a box of pennies, and I was able to get, I believe, around 400 copper cents, which isn't too bad for the area, from what I think. But back in New York, I was getting anywhere from 500 to 600 copper cents, which I also do hold on to when going through pennies. I am looking forward to getting some dollar bills to search as well, just to see what's out here. All I've been going through recently are boxes of pennies and nickels, trying to stay on these low budget coins. For right now, might get a box of quarters sometime soon, but figured I'd test the waters with this low coinage before moving on to the bigger one. Just joining into the live stream, we are going through a box of nickels in search for old coins, which is 1959 and below. We're also searching for silver, and we're looking for buffaloes and Liberty v. Nickels. Silver reaching record levels this year. Not record highs, but higher than it's been in a long time. Finding a silver nickel, which is 35% silver from the year 1942 to 1945. It's worth about $1.65. So finding one at nickel value is definitely a good thing for the wallet, even though I usually don't sell my coins. I keep them and add them to the collection. So we're looking for a bunch of stuff. Even the 2009s, which after the recession in 2008, they did an evaluation of their coinage needs. So they produced less 2009s, both in nickels and dimes, and of course all currency or all coins. But most notably in those nickels and dimes. Do we have an oldie here? We do. Little worn, but it's a 1941 Philadelphia. Our second oldie of the box. Second 1940s coin as well. So in terms for the archived nickel collection, which I did mention before, collecting a roll of each modern coin, which includes Jefferson nickels from 1938 all the way to present day. So far in this collection, there are 2,160 nickels, which represents one full roll of each year and each mint mark. Oh, sorry, 7,760. I thought that was a low number. 2,160 is how many coins I've actually collected so far, which equates to $108. So currently I have $108 worth of coins, worth of nickels, in fact. And the goal is to collect a total 7,760 of them. So currently I'm 27% done with that collection. And pretty similar to the pennies. So far I've collected 30% of the pennies. Dimes I've suffered a little bit. I'm only 12% done. Quarters I have a huge chunk, but there are just so many designs. I have 3,247 quarters in that collection. And that's out of 16,960. So almost 20% done with that. For the half dollars, 22.5%. And for the Eisenhowers, 40%. Susan B. Anthony's, 9%. Sacagaweas only have 2%. But the presidentials, I do have 8%. So slowly growing that collection, which is worth a total of $8,600. Currently I have about $1,600 of these coins saved. That's interesting there, VMC, taking people to the greens. I do Uber every once in a while, so usually they'll pick me up and then I'll go to the local golf course over here. I just started getting into it, and it's addictive, to say the least. Trying to improve my game a little bit. Starting off as a triple bogey golfer, now I'm a double bogey golfer. So whatever I'm doing is starting to work, which is very good in my eyes. So hopefully one day I could improve my game enough to the point where I see an even better improvement. If you're just joining in, we are hunting a box of nickels. We are looking for silver. We are looking for buffaloes, Liberty V nickels, as well as any old coin below 1959. Those are the oldies, or what I count to be oldies. Hoping we do find some more old coins. So far we found 2 in the first 10 rolls, which is just about average for a box from Tennessee. Hope that everybody had a great day and enjoying the night thus far. We are searching nickels. Out of bag munition 1988. The last nickel hunt I did, I believe it was last week on Saturday, we did end up with a proof nickel, which was pretty cool. It happened to be my favorite year, the 2005 San Francisco Bison Reverse. So I was pretty happy to find that coin. Do have it right over here in my saved box. But it's my favorite design of modern coinage. The 2005 Jefferson nickel. This one happened to be a proof. You can see that S mint mark and just the way the coin is designed here. The finish makes this coin so much cooler. Definitely a nice coin to add to the collection. Hoping to get another one today. That would be crazy. We got an oldie here, 1953. Our third oldie of the box so far. And we do have a mint mark. Beat up on the other side, but we do have the Denver mint mark. So 1953 Denver oldie to add to the stack. Just getting my mintage table up. 1953 Denver saw just less than 60 million of that coin minted. So not too bad. Not too rare, but 60 million. I just found one of them. To anybody who does collect nickels on this stream, what is the rarest nickel that you've ever found? Doesn't have to be a Jefferson nickel. Weldon Carey, hello, how's it going tonight? So I do ask the question, guys, what is the oldest nickel that you've ever found? Oldest or rarest? We got another modern date San Francisco here to complete the series. We did find a 68, a 69, and now a 1970. I do keep all those nickels as well for whatever reason. I just find them interesting, mostly because I grew up on the east coast of the United States, and finding those modern date S mint marks always sparked my interest. While hunting these nickels, if you do enjoy the stream, please go ahead and like the video. Definitely helps reach word on spreading the joy of coin collecting to many other people. And it would greatly help the channel as we grow. So if you do like the stream, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you find the stream interesting enough, I do post content on coins and currency weekly. So if this type of channel and content does spark your interest in coins and currency collecting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, but I won't get mad if you don't. We're on roll number 13 here. We have an oldie ender. That would be nice. Went through a box of pennies recently where I had 2 wheat penny enders. I found about 15 wheat pennies, which wasn't too bad. How's it going there, Richard? Yes, I am looking for older nickels. And, in fact, one newer nickel. But I'm looking for the oldies, or whatever I consider the oldies, kind of in tandem to the Lincoln penny, where they changed the design in 1959. Anything 1959 and below I do consider an older Jefferson nickel, and I do hang on to all of those that I do find. They also serve as additions to my archive collection, where I'm trying to accumulate a roll of each coin. In addition, we're also looking for silver today. Those silver nickels, 35% silver, were minted in the years 1942 to 1945 during World War II, when they needed to reserve some nickel and copper for ammunition in the war. So they were replaced by manganese and 35% silver. The penny, as many people know, in 1943 also saw a change, where the penny was minted out of steel rather than copper. That was also to aid in the war. So we're looking for those types of coins. Included in the older nickels, we are looking for Buffalo nickels and Liberty V nickels. Buffalo nickels were from 1913 to 1938. And the Liberty V nickel started in 1883. And ended in 1912, though if you did find that 1912 and 1913, really that 1913, that's a rare one. Only 9 of them, or 5 of them, were known to be existed. You got yourself a pretty valuable nickel if you did find it. I'm not looking to retire off of this, but I'm looking for some enjoyment, some fun, while searching a box of nickels for some collectible coins. In addition, I do collect some other years, such as 2005. That, again, like I said, is my favorite year of modern Jefferson nickels. So I do collect those. I'm trying to get to $100, $50 of each design. And then I'll call it from there. Almost there with the ocean view. A little behind on the buffaloes, but that's okay. I also collect the 1998s. That's the year I was born, such as this coin. All the 1998s I've found ever since I was young, I've kept, and I've accumulated over $600 worth of the year 1998 across half dollars, quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. I hear you there, Richard. We're just out here having some fun tonight. Hoping to find that silver nickel worth about $1.65 in silver alone. If we don't find it today, hopefully we can find it the next time we open up a box of nickels. But the best thing about going through coins is that, unlike baseball cards, you may get a pack of baseball cards and it may be worthless once you open it, not finding the card that you want. If I don't find the nickel that I want, I can return all these nickels for face value, what I paid for them, and get another box for the same price. So currently we are up to 3 oldies. So far we have a 1953 Denver, 1941 Philly, and 1946 Philly. This is going to be roll number 17. Appreciate the word of wisdom there, Richard. Hopefully, I will find some more silver. Currently, in my nickel archive collection, I do have a few of those silver coins already. I do have some more spread throughout my collection as well. But for at least the ones that I do save for the archive collection, I have 54 editions across all mintages, which is 12.3% done with the collection. There are 11 total years and mintages together over the course of that 4-year period where they were making those silver nickels. So the thing about weighing nickels is that they should weigh, look at that, we got one, Oldie. They should all weigh 5 grams. Unlike the copper coins, which are 3.1 grams, versus the zinc coins, which are 2.5 grams. There's easy to tell a difference with those, and even with the silver half dollars. But nickels, it's a little bit harder to tell. We got a 1956 Denver Oldie. How much does the silver nickel weigh? Because I always thought they weighed roughly the same. From my research, silver war nickels weigh 5 grams, which is the same amount as the normal copper nickel coins minted from 1866. I could be wrong, but all right, so here we go with the weights. 200 grams. So we got 5 grams for the new nickel. This is at 2021. Let's find an older nickel. got a 1999. Weighs the same. I found a 1962 earlier. Also weighs 5 grams. Let's pull a silver nickel out from the book, just to double check its weight to see what we have here. So here we got a 1943 Denver, and it weighs 5 grams as well. So weighing the rolls won't necessarily get you to find that silver easier than before. Maybe you can tell if there's a roll with a dime in it or a penny in it. But I would think that most of these rolls should weigh the same. We got 200 grams right here. And pretty much the same, 200.24. So unfortunately, I don't think that that's the best method. It does work for other silver coins, just not the nickel, since it's only 35% nickel. Buffalo nickels are cool though, Richard. I do have a few in my collection, and I've only recently started finding them in circulation. So we're up to 4 oldies through 17 rolls, which isn't bad. Our goal again is 15 for the night. Hoping we can come somewhere close to that. If you do enjoy this nickel hunt, I'd appreciate if you did leave this video a like, so hopefully we can spread the word to new viewers and really see if we can grow this channel and this live stream. Speaking of growing the channel, if you do enjoy content on coins and currency, I do post weekly videos on my coin collecting, coin roll hunting, and more. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next upload. The next upload will be actually on Thursday. Sorry, Friday. Today's Thursday. Where I'm going over the coins I found at the antique store. It's a small silver collection that I did buy. And I only bought it for $200, which isn't that bad. Check it out. It will be posted tomorrow. 1960, looks like we just missed out on another oldie. Been finding a lot of 1960s and, of course, 1964s, but there's a 1962 as well. Another oldie, 62, Philadelphia. Brian, if you just saw, I did put them all on the scale, and all of them did weigh 5 grams. I weighed a 2022, I believe, 1999, 1962, and a 1943, and they did all weigh 5 grams. I'm not sure really about the 1950 silver nickel, but most nickels should weigh 5 grams. So I'll have to look into that 1950 silver nickel that you said. Apart from that, again, most nickels should be weighing around 5 grams. That's if they've been minted properly. Of course, errors do exist. I'm not saying that they don't, but the common nickel, most common nickels weigh 5 grams. $20 rolls in. So far, we've been finding one oldie every 5 rolls, which we gotta change that in order to make our goal of 15 oldies. Hoping that we can do it. If not, we'll get another box and hopefully do it the next time. But I want to thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Hope you had a great day and are having a great night so far. I'm coming live from a state called Tennessee, where I got this box of coins, and Tennessee's where I live now. So far, we've been finding coins, but not as much as the last state that I lived in. Well, that's okay. We got a lot more time to look through coins. How's it going there, Caden McLean? Thanks for stopping by. Tonight we're looking through our nickels and search for some valuable nickels, some old nickels, some nickels to add to our collection, and more. Yeah, so I lived on the East Coast before there, Brian, and I was finding more silver than I found so far in central United States, but you never know with nickels. Never know with really any coin that you go through until you crack open the box and start looking through them. Definitely found a lot of buffaloes and silver when living on the East Coast back in New York, but now we're here. I do still have some coins in New York. Live nearby in Mississippi, and you got some nice nickels. So I'm hoping that those nickels do travel up the Mississippi River every once in a while and stop in Tennessee. Congrats on the war nickel in 1938. Now, Caden, did that 1938 have a mint mark? That's the real question. Even if it didn't, that is still an impressive find. But if you had the mint mark, that's even more impressive. Oh, very nice. Denver mint mark on a 1938 Jefferson nickel. Now that is a key date. 5.376 million of those minted. So not a bad find. If you were to find one from the Philadelphia Mint, only about 19.5 million of those were minted. But finding one either from 1938 or 1939 with a mint mark, all of those coins have a mintage below 10 million. I think the highest minted of those mintage marks are the 1939 San Francisco with 6.6 million. Second lowest minted coin of this series so far is the 1939D with 3.5 million minted. So we're hoping for a coin like that. It doesn't come every day, but they are out there. And they are still in circulation. Just waiting to be found by somebody. If not me, could be you too. I do have pennies, and I've hunted them before over here. Just bought a box. Same with it's from the same bank as this one. Fifth Thirds hooked me up with a box of nickels as well as a box of pennies, and I did find 15 wheat cents, which I was more than surprised to see that many wheat cents. I believe the first box I ever hunted in Tennessee only had either 3 or 8, so I wasn't really expecting too much to be found, but when I opened up that box, I was pleasantly surprised. Did find, I believe the oldest was a 1937 Philadelphia, but not complaining about 15 wheat cents to add to the collection. Previous box from Tennessee, picked it up in West Nashville, only had about, I want to say just less than 10. You can always go back onto the channel. It was the first penny live stream that I've done in a while, about 2 weeks ago. Yep, that's true, Brian. The older copper, so 95% copper, 5% zinc. Pennies do weigh 3.1 grams, while the newer pennies, which are made from 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper, are weighing about 2.5 grams. So they are easier to tell apart from one another, more so the nickel, more so than the nickels, but look at that, guys. Talking about 1938 nickels, we just pulled one. Hopefully we have a mint mark. If not, again, 19.5 million from the Philadelphia Mint. This is a great nickel to find. Holy moly. We were just talking about it. And it's going to be a Philadelphia, no mint mark on the right side of the Monticello. Yeah, what a coincidence there, Caden. 1938. I saw it. I'm like, holy moly. This is the oldest coin of the hunt so far. And I say so far because there's a chance hopefully we can find a Buffalo or a Liberty. Buffaloes are definitely more common in circulation than Liberties, but I found Liberty nickels before, including 3 in a row from a bank in New York, which is just crazy. I never found one before, and then I found one at that bank, went back to get another box. Sure as heck, there was more. And another box, another one. And from the same bank, I got 2 1909 VDB pennies, which just insane. We got another oldie here, though, 1957 Denver. Not as cool as that 1938 we just found, but I'll take it. Another oldie to add to the stack. Yeah, for me, 1941 is a very common year, as well as those 1946s, and we found both of those. 1940 is a common year as well. 1939 did have a huge mintage of coins compared to previous years, one of the highest minted nickels at the time. 1939, Philadelphia saw 120 million, but 1940 saw 146 million, and then in 1941, 203 million. So starting in the 1940s, you saw a increase in production of coins, with the exception to World War II. But even then, the 1943 Philadelphia silver war nickel saw 271 million coins minted. Then we get out of control, like you said, 1964, where across the Philadelphia and the Denver Mint, there were a total of 2.8 billion 1964s produced. Whereas the year prior, you only saw about 400 million. Do we have another oldie here? Nah, just a shiny 1973. So I have not found any steel pennies hunting boxes of coins. That is still something on my bucket list. And back when I'm in New York, got another oldie here. 1952, Denver. So not that bad. But as I was saying, back in New York, I do have the Hunt and Fill series, which I do post occasionally just to keep it interesting on the channel. I have previous hunts that I've filmed and uploading at a later date. Part of that series, I've hunted, I believe, 38 boxes of pennies. And I've yet to find a steel penny in circulation. I have found them, however, in Coinstars, more so the coin machines at my local credit union in New York. And they stick to the magnets on the machines. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I do have a bunch of steel cents, either passed down or stuff that I do find time to time at local credit unions. They aren't worth as much as you'd think for being so rare to find, but they are fun to collect. And I probably only have about 20 of them. You've got 10 steel cents from Mississippi. I gotta do a road trip down there. That's insane. I would love to find even them with the mint marks. That's just insane. Brian, I do look for error coins, mostly with pennies and quarters. I'm not really into errors for the nickels. I should be, but I still have a lot to learn with errors. I mostly collected years and types of coins rather than focusing on errors, but that's something that recently sparked my interest, and I'm still learning more before setting days aside and going through them looking for errors. Those floating roof pennies are cool. I have heard about them, but I just don't know what year to look for them. That's the problem. I do look for the 1992 error, the 1998 through 2000 errors, you know, the wide and close AMs. Look for the 1982 Denver small cent copper, as well as 1983 coppers as well. Gold has been skyrocket lately. $2,560 roughly. Let's see. Let's go to APMEX. $2,577. Let's go to 5 years ago and all. Yeah, gold is at a record high. And I guess I was lucky to buy silver, kind of when it, or gold rather than silver, back when it was lower. I did give my sister a wedding present, 1/4 ounce of gold, and just to see that price, wow, $2,500. That is insane. Wish I had more gold than I do right now, but I do have a little bit, which is better than most, I guess. So yes, gold is at a record high. In the last year, we've seen it rise 31%. Yeah, I remember when it was at 1,200 too, and I thought that was high. I definitely wish I bought more of it back in the day. Well, I was younger then too, so I didn't have as much money. I'd rather focus on going through coins than buying coins such as gold and silver for that matter too. I do have more silver than I do have gold, but I remember silver being worth around what, $15 to $17, and now it's double. My oldest coin from United States circulation, I should note that, is an 1838 large cent. So 1 penny large cent from 1838. My favorite, or one of my favorite coins, I should say, is still from the pennies. The 1856 to 1858 Flying Eagle cent. Have a couple of those in my collection. Whether I bought them or got some from my grandfather, they are one of my favorite coins to collect. Another 1998. 1869 nickel, very worn. Yeah, that 1838 nickel, large cent is worn as well. I do have some of those 3-cent nickels as well from the 1870s. A few of those Civil War pennies, even the 1865 Indian head penny as well. So I do have my share of 1800s coins. They are fun to collect, not that I really find them too often. I know Diggin' Dave just found a 1865 penny, which is very cool. If you haven't checked out Diggin' Dave's channel yet, I definitely recommend it. He also goes through coins just like I do, and he has, I guess, more free time and purchasing power, getting coins from banks than I do. So he does go through more coins weekly than I do, which makes his channel very interesting as he does find a lot of cool coins. So if you haven't checked out Diggin' Dave on YouTube yet, definitely check him out. He's a good guy and put some nice content out there. Well, the hands are a little dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and just wash them real quick. In addition, I am going to refill my drink, and from there, we only have a few more rolls left. Looks like 18. We'll do a recap at the end, but still a lot of nickels to go through. I'll be right back.
$5 meal deal at McDonald's means you get to pick between a McDouble or a McChicken. Then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money. Get the $5 meal deal today.
Prices and participation may vary for a limited time only.
Alright guys, thanks for standing by. Let me check these comments and get back to the hunt. Yeah, Lucas Lane, welcome to the live stream. I've gotten lucky at some of those rejection bins, not necessarily at Walmart, but in the bank that I do return my coins. Got some seal cents, as I mentioned before. Always look forward to finding foreigns, even regular change, clad. Steel pennies are 1943. So for those just coming back in, we are hunting $100 worth of nickels today, in search for old nickels. Some silver nickels, buffaloes, Liberty V nickels. Our oldest buffalo nickel so far has been a 1938 Philadelphia. It's coincidentally our lowest minted nickel as well, with only 19.5 million of them minted. Speaking of oldies, though, we got ourselves our next oldie. 1956 has a Denver mint mark on it. Oldies like this are not generally worth more than a nickel, but they are cool and fun to collect. Definitely tell a history of the coin, but the older you get, sometimes the more rare you get, and the more money it's worth. Could be a possible oldie here. Definitely has the wear, but it could be a 1960s coin. Let's flip it over and find out. And it's just gonna make it by the skin of our teeth. 1959 from the Denver Mint, the last year of our so-called oldies. Heading into roll number 35 now. I want to thank you guys for watching tonight's live stream. If you do enjoy this live stream, don't forget to hit the like button. Definitely helps spread the word about this live stream and the channel to new people who stop by. Growing the channel is one thing I am setting out to do. If you do enjoy the content and want to learn more and find more coins in the future, definitely subscribe to my channel where I do post weekly videos on coin roll hunting and informational videos about coins and currency. Appreciate your support. Subscribing is free on this channel. So bicentennial silvers still are collected. A lot of people do forget about them, but 40% silver, can't go wrong with that. Every once in a while I do find one, but like I said, it is a more forgotten coin, but they still do pop up, and we're excited when they do. Do I have any proof dollar coins? Yes, I do. Not with me, they're all in my former address back in New York, but the last dollar coin hunt I did do, we ended up finding a President Eisenhower proof dollar coin with that S mint mark. Very cool. Time to time you do find them in circulation, which is nice. In addition, I do have the proof sets as well, so I always try to keep those toners. Errors, I'm still getting into errors. So many errors to find nowadays, it's crazy, so I'm still learning before I actually start collecting them. most of those presidential dollar coins, there's not too much of a collector's value to them. They are cool to find. Usually they do carry a small premium, but not enough people are interested in collecting them. That's why they end up in circulation. But I definitely keep them every time I find them. And it seems like you do too. So there are people after them. It's just not as many people as collecting the 2020 or 2019 W coins. And the fact is that those presidential proofs are less minted than those quarters from 2020 and 2019. Yet quarters still sell for 10 times what the presidential dollars do, even in proof and lower mintage. But we got ourselves the second year Jefferson nickel here, 1939. We found in 1938 earlier. It was from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, if this is from the Philadelphia Mint, it is a very circulated nickel with approximately 120 million of them minted. But if it does have a mint mark, then we got ourselves a key date. So we're hoping for a mint mark. Let's find out. So it is the Philadelphia, and I'll join that 1938 Philadelphia that we found, but these are always fun to find and fun to collect, being the second year of the Jefferson nickel.
Transferring credits into WGU was it was a great experience.
So hopefully we find a couple more of those. We are killing it with the oldies. We found 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 more until our goal. So 5 more to our goal. We have 13 rolls remaining. So pretty much we'd have to find one every other roll to get that goal of 15 coins. Never found a West Point quarter there, Caden. Yeah, they have been circulating in New York very heavily. I've probably found about, I want to say 10 of them in circulation, hunting around 25 boxes. We're looking for a 1940. We found a 1941, a 1939, and a 1938. No common 1940 yet, but we're still looking. There's an oldie there. 1954, Philadelphia. Oh, Denver. Look at that. Didn't see that Denver mint mark at first. It was reverse showing. But a 1954 Denver to add to the stack. Now, 1954, Denver had a pretty high mintage, 117 million, but a find's a find, and we're going to keep on going, hoping it has friends. my most valuable coin. Now it is, I guess it was common back in the day. I gotta guess on the year because I don't know offhand. I haven't touched it in a while. But my most valuable coin in my collection is I believe it's a 1913 $2.50 coin. Back in that era of the United States, we did have $2.50 coins, and they were made out of gold. Now, let me just get that exact composition for you. So its weight is 4.18 grams. And it does have a gold composition. The melt value as of today is $310. The mintage is 750,000. And it's worth about $500 to $600. So not too bad for only weighing 0.12 ounces. Definitely has some collector's value as well as the numismatic value added onto it. So I'd say one of the rarest coins and one of the most valuable coins has to be that $2.50 eagle. Yep, Lucas, that is correct. We do have 2 cents and 3 cents. Even the 3-cent nickel. Even though it's called a nickel, it's worth 3 cents. Those were back in the 1860s and 1870s, those 3-cent nickels. I have a few of them in my collection, probably about 10 of them. And to branch off of that, we also did have the $1,000 bill, the $500 bill, $10,000, and even the $100,000 bill, but really never circulated. It was more for large transfers of money back in 1934. Jaden, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the night. Thank you for your support. Before you go, though, we do have another oldie, beat up like heck, but 1956 with the Denver Mint mark. We are officially on the last 10 rolls, and look at that. We got, I already spoiled it, 1955 Denver. If it did not have a mint mark, we would have one of those key dates. But unfortunately, it does have a mint mark. So it is the more populated 1955 coin from the Denver Mint. With 2 oldies in this roll back to back, a 1956 and a 1955, as well as a 1952. 3 1950s coins. This one is a Denver minted coin as well. 3 oldies in the same roll. So Trevor, unfortunately, I really don't go to grading services too often. I do have coins that probably need to be graded, but I haven't got around to sending them in. Nor do I really feel the need to right now. They're not any like big ticket coins either. Well, I'm glad that you think it's a waste of time there, Eric. I happen to enjoy going through coins. It's one of my hobbies. We all have hobbies that we do waste time on, per se, but the enjoyment of going through these nickels is very relaxing to me, and I do, in fact, enjoy it. Though I'm not going to find any big ticket items. It's all about enjoying what I do find and being thankful for what I got. And I got a couple good finds today. So yes, I'm not going to retire off of this hobby. We do have a modern S mint mark. See, things like this coin definitely helps grow the collection. I appreciate your constructive criticism, but like I said, I am enjoying my day going through these nickels, and I hope you have a great day as well. If you're referencing Salty to being a traveler on ships, yes, I guess that does make me salty. I have gone through a roll of Morgans. Unfortunately, that's more so once in every while. Sometimes you do get screwed on those as well. But keeping it easy tonight, we have a $100 box of nickels. Trying to find some cool coins here. If we don't, then we go to the next box. But so far we found a 1938, and that was definitely a good find. No silver yet, but we are trying. New state, so getting used to the norms over here of what I could find in these boxes. Morgan hunts are fun, but unfortunately I can't afford to go through Morgans. It's just not worth the time and money for me to do something like that. Though they are fun to collect, they are getting more and more expensive. Oh, no worries there, Lucas. I am a salty sailor, though, but we got ourselves a Denver 1959. Another oldie to add to our stack. I never really got into card collecting. My dad actually sold hobby supplies, but I never really got into collecting trading cards. I more so enjoy going through coins, or at least I know I can get my money back if I needed to. I think coins are definitely more interesting than cards, but people have their preferences. Not to say that I haven't gone through cards in my life before. I collected them for a little bit of my life, but I never really got that into the hobby. So, Lucas, I am in the Merchant Marine, so currently I transport refined oil products for the United States Navy as a civilian contractor working on a private company, oil tanker. delivering this refined oil product, such as diesel, helicopter fuel, and jet fuel to military bases along the East Coast, Gulf of Mexico, and Caribbean Sea. After this, we got 5 rolls left, hoping to pull a couple more oldies to add to our growing stack. That last roll we had, where we found 3 1950s in the same roll, was pretty sweet. Don't think I'll be able to match that energy with these upcoming rolls, but if we can get a couple more oldies, that would be fire. Five more rolls to go. Unfortunately, we haven't had any enders. That's alright. We did find some pretty good finds so far. We're missing that 1940, as we said, but we did find everything in between. Including another 1939. Holy moly. Hopefully we do have a mint mark on this one again. If we don't, it's okay. 1939 is definitely one of my favorite years, apart from the 1938 and the 2005 out of all years. But we got ourselves another 1939. Let's go ahead and flip it over. So it's going to be another Philadelphia. Very high mintage, but another oldie to add to the stack. So the good thing is, despite being in a new state, we are finding some older nickels. Definitely was a worry that I wasn't going to find much to anything here in Tennessee, but it just proves to you, no matter where you are, you have the opportunity to find some old and cool coins. Actually, last week, Trevor, I did find a proof. This was it from last week. We got a 2005 S proof. You can see the S mint mark right over here above the year 2005. If we flip it over, it was the Bison one opposed to the Ocean View. We found this just last week, September 7th, 2024. So not a bad coin to find, a proof nickel. So we do find them time to time. None today, but the hunt isn't over yet. That's a nice and shiny one. This one's probably going to be from the 1960s. Yep, 1969 Denver. Too bad it's missing its steps. Would have been a nice valuable coin if it did have those steps, but a nice condition, 69 Denver. I was thinking about getting more of those folders in terms of doing live streams now. But on my main channel, I do have a series going on, which is called The Hunt and Fill, and a few other coin channels do that type of video as well. But the object is to try to hunt and fill these albums. Try to get the albums filled in the least amount of boxes possible. And I believe I only have 4 nickels left in those books. After hunting just under 30 boxes of nickels. So really not too bad. We're missing the 1950 Denver and I believe one of the 1938 with the mint marks. But we do have all the folders and do the hunt and fills for all types of coins. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and also dollar coins. We have another oldie here, 1957. This will be from the Denver Mint. As you can see, the mint mark right next to the Monticello on the right-hand side of the coin. A D means that it is from the Denver Mint. Lucas, I meant to say that it was this channel. So Captain Coin Collector is the main channel here. I don't have a second channel in regards to coins. But yeah, on this channel, I do have the Hunt and Fill series. So if you're interested into that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free. And we post videos. By we, I mean me. I post videos every week. And most of the time, it's for the Hunt and Fill series. I have videos in queue up until January for the Hunt and Fill series. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, so you don't miss the next upload. All right, Lucas, thank you so much for the support. My last hunt and fill was a dollar coin hunt and fill where I had $600 worth of dollar coins and found some NIFCs from across the dollar coins, which was very surprising because they were customer wrapped rolls. So we ended up with a bunch of NIFCs to add to the archive collection and a bunch of spots filled in our albums. So it was a jackpot in my terms because a lot of those spaces weren't already filled, and we managed to get a lot of fills from that one hunt alone. So it's definitely a surprising hunt, but every once in a while you are surprised by the type of coins you find. And hopefully we get a little bit less for luck here. This is roll number 50. We'll do a recap afterwards. Appreciate the subscription here. Definitely helps the channel grow. Bobby HC, bicentennial quarters. They aren't really worth too much of a premium. Some people do have luck selling them for more than they're worth. But the only ones that are worth more are those ones made of 40% silver. So they'll have silver on the edge rather than the copper edge. There is the errors to look out for, like Underground Keith had mentioned, where there's doubling on the 1976 Denver. But it takes a keen eye to look out for them, and possibly a microscope if you have one. So yeah, the best one that requires no work to actually look for an error is to get that silver 1976S. But again, this is the last roll. We're going to do a recap after this. Don't you worry. Got a little toner here, but not enough toning to keep. Possible oldie, maybe to finish it off. Let's flip this one over. It's probably a 1970s coin. There it is, a 1970 Denver. Like that, the box is empty. Oh, we do have one stray. Just a 1986 Philly. So like I said, the box is empty. Let's go ahead and take a look at those coins that we did put aside. I'll show you the ones that are definitely the most interesting. We did find, like I said, a few San Francisco modern date Jefferson nickels. We found 4 of them in total. One of each, in fact, at least 1968, 1969, and 1970. We also have a bunch of coins to add to the archive collection. And like I said before, I'm trying to collect 1 roll of each year and mint mark of every single modern coin in circulation, including pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins. And I'm trying to add good condition coins to this collection rather than just circulated examples. So we have a bunch of shinier coins from various years to add to our growing collection there. Like I did say, I do collect 2005s. We managed to find a few of those as well. Let me get rid of the ones in bad condition so I could put them back into circulation. Crummy ones like this, I'll definitely put back into circulation. But for the most part, if they look good, I'll keep them. If they got gunk on it, I won't. And I'm almost done with the ocean views. A little bit more work to do with the bisons, but we're almost there. Well, congrats with that Crying Lincoln penny. I'm so getting into errors. There's so many errors to look out for, and I'm learning more and more about them each time I go through coins. And saving the ones that I do learn about, looking for the errors at the end of the video. So I am starting to learn more about errors. It's something I never collected when I was younger, and really never knew about when I was younger until I started collecting more and more. Drooling Georges, definitely a lot of the newer quarters had a lot of errors, including the wart on the nose as well. A lot of die chips recently on these quarters. Definitely are fun to find. Even with the Drooling George, something else around that time was the crown on the hat of George Washington on the Delaware Crosses the River coin. That was a popular error to find too, and I found a half crown one time. That was the best find for the quarters that I found. I found a lot of the dimples, but not nearly as much as that one time I found that half crown. I also found some 1998s here. These will go into my collection. Just making sure I didn't put any oldies in there like I did on the one on the top. Alright, so these are all 1998s. We found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll casino stack them. Found 19 total from 1998. We're gonna go ahead and put it into our 1998 nickel box here, so that when we go back to New York, we can add them to the collection. Just go ahead and update that number. Since coming here a little while ago, we've got 80 nickels, 36 pennies, so $4.36. Not too bad to add to our collection back at home. But here we go with the best finds. We'll go through them one by one. We got ourselves a 1957, and that was from the Denver Mint. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So a 1957 Denver. Let's see, in total we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 oldies. Not too bad. $17 oldies. So we have that 1957. In addition, we have a 1939. Now, in 1939, there was a total mintage in the Philadelphia Mint, which this is, of 120.6 million coins minted. So again, this is a Philadelphia 1939 second year Jefferson nickel. Next up, 20 years later, this coin came out from the Denver Mint, 1959 Denver. Here we got a 1952. This is also from the Denver Mint. 30.6 million of these coins minted back in 1952. 1955 is the next year, and it's a Denver. This is a crummy one, but we did find it, and it is an oldie. It is a 1956. As you can see on the reverse, it does have the Denver Mint mark. Next up is a 1954. Not too bad a condition. Always like the nice and yellow coins. This is from the Denver Mint. A lot more populated than the 1952 Denver, with 117 million minted, but a good add to the collection. We got the first 1939 that we found. That also is from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, we hope to have that Denver San Francisco Mint mark one day. We found it before, and we'll find it again, but 1939 Philadelphia, 2 out of the 120.6 million of these coins found. Next coin, 1959 again, from the Denver Mint. Sometimes when you find these coins, you can mistake that 5 for a 3 and get real excited. I have done that before. But we got ourselves a 1959 Denver. Next coin is a 1956, very common, also from the Denver Mints, but beats the 1956 Denver that was all beat up. A 1952 Denver, again, 30.6 million of these 1952 Denvers were minted. Hey Trevor, thanks for saying that. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream tonight. I'm glad we were able to find some really cool coins to add to our collection. Hoping to get another box of nickels soon. I did get one, like I said, but unfortunately it was uncirculated 2022 Philadelphia, so gonna have to go back to this Fifth Thirds bank to get more coins. Hopefully they are uncirculated like this, and hopefully they contain some cool coins, such as this 1957 from the Denver Mint. Got that 1938. Appreciate the subscription there, Trevor. Hope you continue to enjoy my content. Like I said, I do post every week, at least once, with shorts as highlights from what I found during the week if you don't have time to go through the whole video. But this is a highlight coin right here, 1938 Philadelphia. Again, only 19.5 million minted, not nearly as low as the mintages of this coin with a mint mark, which would be located right next to the Monticello on the right side. But 19.5 million, this is the lowest minted coin we found this nickel hunt. We got a 1956, and I believe this is the Denver one. 1956 Denver. A lot of 1950s coins, but that's about to change after this. We found a 1953 Denver. The first two coins we did find was a 1941, both from the 40s. This was a Philadelphia. And the second coin, this was the first coin that we found the entire hunt. 1946, no mint mark, which means that it is a Philadelphia. So in total, great hunt. Let's zoom this out and try to see if we can fit all these coins. We found two from the 1940s, three from the 1930s, and it should be 12 from the 1950s. 17 oldies, which really isn't that bad. Especially for Tennessee, a town that I'm unfamiliar with. Producing this many coins is definitely a good thing. For the remainder of the stream, I'm just going to go ahead and put these coins away. If you have any questions that you think I could answer, go ahead and comment them in the chat. If you liked this stream, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos on coins and currency, both collecting and hunting. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Lucas, I appreciate it. Fair winds and following seas to you as well. We'll see you on the next one. But for the time being, let's go ahead and put these coins away. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you did like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for more videos on coins and currency collecting, hunting, and information about these coins and currency. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you liked this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully, again, this time next Thursday. So, thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting.